Now, contrary to the earlier directive for schools nationwide to reopen on January 18, the Minister of Education, Adamu, has backtracked, saying the federal government was not in support of resumption of schools. During the briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 in Abuja on Monday, the minister said the government did not agree with the states on the resumption date before they went on to open schools. The minister said the school resumption date could be reviewed again, adding that the task force would continue to monitor the situation on a daily basis. Meanwhile, schools across the country reopened for academic activities on Monday, and our correspondent Abisola Adebayo monitored the level of compliance with COVID-19 protocols in some schools in Lagos. She files in this report.
Life must move on despite the pandemic that has put a stop to all major activities in the world and ushered in a new normal. This is how the federal government backed its decision to reopen schools amidst the second wave of the coronavirus pandemic. Despite opposition from some sectors of the country who have raised fears of rising COVID-19 infections among school children, schools across the country resumed activities today. The students, however, seem unbothered as they express excitement to be back to school after delayed resumption.
I feel good because we have not been learning a lot at home through the platform. They explain it to us through the platform, but we can't really understand like the way they teach us in school well. So I'm back in school to learn it well.
I feel excited and I feel great about it because staying at home isn't really enough for the school assessment to complete our school work. So I feel great.
I'm very, very happy. I cannot even express myself that way because staying at home without doing nothing, watching TV with your phones, writing notes, copying notes from the phone is just tiring.
School teachers in the same vein complimented the decision of the government to open schools, saying life has to move on and as long as they adhere to the stipulated guidelines, there is no cause for alarm.
Life has to go on. We can't stop the education all because of COVID-19. We can't. Life has to go on. Last year, it is not a waste, but thank God for last year. We need to move on.
Actually, we can't fault a government decision because before the government will make that pronouncement, they have taken a lot of factors into consideration. And I believe that if all of us complied with the COVID-19 regulation, at least we go to scale through. All the things that they asked us to put in place, like a continuous use of a face mask, the use of a proper and regular washing of hands with soap, and the use of a sanitizer, maintaining social distance, and other things. If we comply, we'll be able to minimize the effect of COVID-19 spreading.
The school is well prepared. All teachers are on ground. The students are on ground. All COVID-19 protocols, preparation, we have made everything available to resume. It's the best. We cannot continue staying at home.
The students, they are already aware of all COVID protocols that they are supposed to maintain. And last time we had all our COVID-19 things on the ground for them, like the wash hand basins, we have sanitizer, and they've been taught to wear their face mask all the time. So they are coming in this time is just to move in and pressing into what they have learned last time.
The Lagos State Commissioner for Education, who paid a visit to some schools in the state to monitor their compliance with COVID-19 protocols, allayed fears of parents and stakeholders who are of the opinion that school resumption in this period may not be the best.
Well, they are right to be concerned, but they should be assured that we are doing our best to ensure that we comply with the protocols that will ensure that COVID doesn't spread. So this decision was taken in the best interest of the majority of the children who are very vulnerable. If they were not here, where would they be?
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has moved against the federal government directive that schools should resume despite the rising cases of the coronavirus infection. The lower house, while expressing its concern, wondered why schools were closed when the infection rates were low, but reopened when the nation is experiencing a second deadlier wave of the pandemic. Abisola Adebayo, TV 360, Lagos.